Okay, hello. I'm going to show you how you can set up a Jamboards to share with your students. I think they're so good because you can get your students on the Jamboards and they can work through things problems you provide for them. Instead of just watching you do it, they actually get to do it. And then you can go between, if you set up a single Jamboard, it has 20 panels, like 20 whiteboards. So you can have a number of students on them, and then you can just kind of switch between them and try to help them out as you're looking at them. But the first part, it's a little bit tricky setting it up, but once you set it up once, it gets pretty easy. And I think, good directions here for you to do it. So let me show you how I do it. So first things I said to do here is to go into Google Drive. So I've got a split screen. I've got the instructions over here, and this is a separate Google Chrome window. So, okay, I'm going to first go into my Drive. The way I do it is I just type Drive, and it pops up because I've been there before. But if you search Google Drive, you'll find it. It shouldn't be hard. Most of you probably already know where it is. Okay, for me, for whatever reason, it comes up with shared with me first. And so I want to go to my Drive, not shared with me. And then I'm going to make a new folder. So how do I make a folder? I go over to this area here where it says My Drive, click on that once, and then I click New Folder, and then I give it a name. So I'm going to call it Class, you call it whatever you want, X, Office Jamboards, Office Hour Jamboards, that's what I said? Oh yeah. Yes. Okay, and then I click Create. So now I've got this new folder in my Google Drive. And now I'm going to go to Create Folder. All right, make sure this folder is in my Drive. Yep. Now I'm going to go to a Jamboard. So I'm going to open another tab in here. So I got my Drive over here, new tab here. I'm going to type in Jamboard, Google Jamboard. So when I do that, it's doing a Google search for that. So Google Jamboards, collaborative digital whiteboard. So click on that. Get started. So I have already started, but I think when you click get started, it might ask you to enter your Gmail username and password. Okay, so now I'm going to create a new Jamboard. How do I do that? As you can see, I've got a lot already, like today's office hour, Monday's office hour, lecture Monday, office hour last Monday, all these different Jamboards. Here, I'll show you one real quick so you can get a feel for it. Here's a Monday's lecture. So I do the lecture Jamboards a little different than I do the office hour ones, but you'll at least get the feel for it. So here's what I was lecturing on, and I had shared my screen as I was writing this out for the students via Canvas, not Canvas, via Zoom. Mix those up. And you can see I got a lot of different panels here, so I can see them all when I click there, or I can just go to the next one. So there's my next panel, So I can have up to 20 panels per Jamboard. If I need more than 20, I just make a new one. And yeah, so when I do lectures, I don't give them permission to write on it, but I just write on it. But I'll show you in office hours, I give them permission to write. I could give them permission in lecture too, but I usually just want to have that be more of me presenting, and then the office hours for them to practice more. Okay, so I've got that, and then, oh yeah, I'm going to create a new Jamboard, so let me go back to my main page here. This plus symbol, lower right-hand corner, I hit that, sets me up with a new Jamboard, and then with the new Jamboard, I click here on Untitled Jam to give it a name. So let's see, what did I say? I might name it something like Office Hour. I'll just say X for, whatever you want to name it. Okay, so I've got a name for it. And now I need to take this and I need to make it shareable and editable. So I click on this blue share button. See how it has a lock symbol? That means right now it's locked, private, only I can see it. When I click on that, they'll have an option to change it. So it says restricted, only people added can open with this link. So if I copy this link, I can share it, but only those people who have this link can view it, but they won't have any editing privileges. So I'm going to go change to anyone with the link. So anyone with the link. And then I got to do one other thing. See how it says viewer? What I'm doing what it's currently set at is that the students can look and watch as I write, but I want them to be able to write on it. So I have to click on Viewer, drop down menu, and change it to Editor. And now whoever I share this with, my students, they'll be able to write on the Jamboard. So I'll say done there. So now it doesn't show the lock symbol anymore. It shows a person with the link underneath it. Okay, so now I need to go back to my Google Drive. And you'll see in my Google Drive, the new Office Hour X I just created it's available right here. This is kind of weird. If you click on it the first time and try to move it, it drags a box. That's kind of annoying. But if you click, let up your click, and then click again and hold, you can move it. It's just something weird about this. But so then I would stick this into my Class X Office Hour Jamboards. And it didn't ask me this time, but usually it asks you if you want to move it. It'll change things. Just say yes to the move. I have it in here somewhere. Okay, so anyways, next up I have that Jamboard in here in this folder, and anyone I share this with could now write on it. And so I could be sharing this single Jamboard with whoever I want, but then when I create a new Jamboard, I'll have to share that with whoever I want. And I might have you might have 20, 30 students in your class, and so each time you create a Jamboard, you have to share that Jamboard 30 times. Wouldn't be that big a deal, but it's not really the best way to do it. So instead, what you should do is you go back to the folder, and the reason why I created the folder is if I share this folder with my students at the beginning of the semester, then anything in that folder for the rest of the semester, they can go there and look at it and not have to ask for permission again. So it's like a one-time permission setup. So how do I do that? I select my folder, and then I go to this symbol up here with the person with the plus, and then it says get shareable links. So I'm going to change this to anyone with the link. I think that's better than the other way. I think it creates less problems. It's up to you how you want to do that. I think you might have to do it this way. And then the viewer thing, I could change it to editor, but I don't think I need to, because they just need to get into this folder to get to the Jamboards. They don't need to edit the folder. So I'm just going to, at this point, just click done. Okay, and now, actually before I hit done, I forgot, I clicked that again. So it's anyone on the internet with this link in view. Okay, we got that. So now I'm going to copy the link. And now that I have this copied, I'll share it with them. I could share it via, if I'm on a Zoom with the class, I can share it via the Zoom chat link, or I can email it to them, or I can post it in Canvas. I'll show you how I do it. I just have a what's it called? Google Sheets, and I put them into this Office Hour spreadsheet, and I just link them. I really don't need to link every single one of them, but I do it so I have a little description by each of the problems I work through in each Office Hour. So if I say here, this could be like for today, 12/1/2020, and I'd put, over here, the date, whatever. And then if I want to link it, I just click on this, the link symbol, which isn't showing because it's smaller, right there, link. And then I paste in that link I copied before, and there it is. So when they come into this, they'll see Class X Office Hour Jamboards, and so they click on this, it'll bring them into here, and then they can click on the whatever day's Office Hour you have there, and they should be able to then right away, woohoo, you can write stuff like this. You can change your colors, you can erase parts of it, you can add in a photo, so you could say like, oh, I like your problem, good job. Let's search for something. There we go. So you got that. And then the thing that's really great about these Jamboards is you can create problems for them to work on. So you can say like, okay, what's 2 + 2? Okay, simple problem, but you can do whatever you're doing in your class. And I'm screen capturing this You can use like a snippet on a PC, or I use on a Mac. I do Control Command Shift 4, and I get that little box. I drag it out, and then I come up here and I create a new Jamboard. I call it a panel. I'm not sure what you call these exactly, and now I've got that 2 plus 2 on here for the next student. Like the first student might be on this first Jamboard, and they're going to work through that problem, and then I'll come and check on them. And then another student, I'll go, hey, someone go on panel 2, and you can work on the problem. And then, okay, someone else go on panel 3, someone else go on panel 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You can do this up to 20 times. So you can have 20 students working on these things, and you can click through and check on them, check on their progress, and give them advice. And they're actually actively doing things instead of just watching you do it. And they can write on these. Like right now, I'm just using a mouse to write. And also you can use a tablet, like an iPad, to write, or on your cell phone. Use your finger, and you can write on these too. The app on your cell phone and on your tablet's free to download, as long as you have a Gmail account. And it's not the most fancy digital whiteboard, but it's free. And the thing I like about it is it's got great access. Like, I feel like a lot of the other things that you try to use online, they're just not easily shared. I think Google knows how to share. I don't know how to type. So you could put a sticky note like that and say, okay, I think that's it. Yeah, there it is. So yeah, move that around. Google knows how to share, blah, blah, blah. Oh, I didn't spell it right. Let's edit. Google. Okay, Google knows how to share. And then, different things. Text box. Hello. And then you can change the font. I'll make that blue and center and title or whatever, There's a lot of things you can play with and learn about. Oh, and I like this laser pointer too. Like you could say, okay, so we're working on that, and you can write on it, but it doesn't leave the text that you wrote. Like, oh, look at this circle here. So I hope you try it, and I hope you like it. If you have questions, you can email me, ask me for help. Nice to talk to you all.